You look like a fighting chicken.
Don't make fun. Don't make fun. He not invited to discotheque. You guys go to discotheque. I love Americans.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And with that, welcome to Five's a Crowd, where we don't know what the crap we're doing.
Are you hosting today?
I guess I'm hosting.
Surprise! The Red Beard is going to host.
Yes.
Seems appropriate.
Yes, cause happy day before St. Patrick's Day. My favorite time of the year, if you can't tell.
At least if you listen to this when it comes out.
I know, right?
I love it. I love it. I want to hear all about your heritage.
Actually, I'm Dutch.
I have been catfished.
Yes. Yes.
Dang it.
If we catch you, will you give us a pot of gold?
I'll give you some whatever we grow in
It's three.
Dutchland.
Wait, hold.
Oh, now.
Tulips.
Deutschland. Wait, that's
Dutch.
Germany.
Is that chocolate? Well, that's a good chocolate.
No.
That's Belgium.
That's Netherlands.
Dang it.
Netherlands. There we
We
go.
don't know our.
You guys,
Holland?
you grow tulips.
Isn't that
I'm from Holland. Isn't that weird?
They grow tulips.
and you have
Tulips.
windmills.
That's what I was looking for.
Tulips.
And windmills. I'll give you a tulip and a windmill.
So wait, you'll give me the old Holland windmill followed
Yes.
up by a Dutch tulip?
Yep.
Sounds
Wait, don't they have
provocative.
the wooden shoes too?
Yes.
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 And the
In fact,
pigtails.
we actually own a couple pairs.
Do you really?
Like real
Really?
actual pairs. My parents do, yes.
Wow.
wear them.
Or my dad has
I
them.
got bratwurst in the kitchen.
Are they actually comfortable?
I don't know. There's really small ones. Like, I think Katie's put them on before.
Do they whittle them to like your foot specifically?
No.
That seems terrible.
They just
Did
whittle
they,
them
though?
down on the inside and you just put them on. From what I understand.
Now they're all filled with memory foam.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
My
But we're not
pillow
talking
shoes.
about the Dutch.
Exactly. There's two things in this world I can't stand. That's people who are intolerant of other people's nationalities
And the
Cultures.
Dutch.
and the Dutch.
Dutch.
That works too.
I love that quote. That
so
quote never
good.
gets old.
And the Dutch.
What's that from?
Austin
Austin
Power
the
and Gold member.
Powers.
So what are we talking
Been a
about,
while
Zach?
since I've watched
We
this.
are talking about the Irish.
Oh,
some-
the look of the Irish.
And
Exactly,
their
and their
folklore and
folklores.
mythology.
Yes.
Yeah, there was quite a bit.
What comes along with that?
The old Emerald Isle. Isn't that what it is?
Did you say? Did you wait?
Emerald
I know
Isle.
what you meant to say, but it's not what I heard. But somehow I understood it.
What is
All
it?
I heard was emerald, like the
I
chef.
heard the old Emerald.
Emerald Isle.
Doesn't he go, bam?
Bam, pop, boom. Yes, I remember him.
Yeah, emerald.
Yeah, Emerald. He's just
know.
throwing stuff, seasonings.
I'm
bam.
lost.
Oh, you don't remember that guy?
No.
He would just throw seasonings, and he was like, bam. He was like a living comic book.
Well, let's start off.
Let's start off. Cam, I want to hear what you've got.
You want to start with me? Okay,
Yes,
I got a few things.
No, start with one.
let's. I want to see. Actually, I want to hear about the number one thing that Ireland is known for. Them
Potatoes?
leprechauns.
Oh,
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
That's Idaho.
That is Idaho. That's totally Idaho.
they both start with an I.
It's true.
There's something in there.
It reminds me of another Austin Powers quote. They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
It's a television commercial.
It's a little leprechaun.
Well, okay. Leprechauns. Everyone knows about leprechauns. We got him
Leprechauns.
on our cereal. He's got his Lucky Charms. He's got a rainbow, right? So in Irish folklore, they believe that all supernatural things, they call them fairies.
Yes.
So fairies aren't just like Tinkerbell, but like anything like supernatural. So they have a lot of fairies. And so a leprechaun is technically a fairy in their eyes. But basically the leprechaun comes from the shoemaker. The leprechaun was always helping the cobbler, you know.
Ooh.
He wouldn't be able to get his shoes done in time. He'd go to sleep and the leprechauns
Yes.
would pop up and finish his shoes.
Wait, a cobbler is called a shoe. Is a shoe man?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
I
cobbler.
always thought it was just a delicious dessert.
Have you ever seen the movie The Cobbler with Adam Sandler?
No, I have not.
It's a great movie.
Okay.
Not one of his better ones, but it's still a good movie.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
leprechauns were also said to roam Ireland before humans.
All the
Them
fairies
there.
did.
Yep, them and their red hair and their fancy hats.
Now I did read somewhere that they don't actually wear green. Is that true?
No,
They
they
started out wearing red.
Red.
I mean,
Red.
have you ever seen? They used to be blue too. They were called Smurfs. Just
really?
Papa Smurf. How original of a name is that? Papa Smurf.
Right. Where was Mama Smurf?
Actually,
There's a story there.
Watching the Smurfs with my kids, I found out they're kind of a ripoff of the Seven Dwarfs. I don't know which one came first, but all the Smurfs are named after their feelings, just like the the dwarfs. Like happy and sad and
It's like a Poppy
angry
Eden
and
Poppy Smurf.
I didn't know that. I didn't watch the Smurfs.
All these are just
Oh.
rip-offs of Inside Out.
Wait, what?
What?
I'm sarcastic.
I was so confused there. But
got
anyways,
it.
so leprechauns are tricksy little guys. They're very mischievous.
Yes.
It's said that if you catch one, it can lead you to its hidden pot of gold, which
At
is
the end of
usually
the rainbow.
at the end of the rainbow. I remember growing up, always
I
thinking that.
always wanted to find the
for
end of the rainbow
sure.
growing up.
Every rainbow you saw, I'm like, where does it end?
Right?
But you can't even
head that
see.
way.
You can't ever see the end of it. So it was really frustrating.
Did any of you guys ever actually go looking for leprechauns?
Yes.
I used to in elementary school.
did.
Yes. In
Oh, yeah.
elementary, yes.
I did.
Oh yeah.
That and always hunting for 4-leaf clovers.
Yes.
Dude,
Yes.
always
Yes.
out on the park, like,
Yep.
be hunting for those things.
I did too.
Big in
I remember
Ireland.
my grandma at my grandma's house. She would have patches of clovers in her backyard and stuff. I'd be out there searching.
You know
Oh
what?
man,
My dad, this is how bad my dad ruined my dreams, okay? We had an alfalfa field, right? You know what alfalfa is.
Uh-huh.
It's a feed
Yeah.
for horses. They bale it.
He's one of the little rascals.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on. Right
Along
on.
with Spanky.
So we had alfalfa fields.
Hey,
I would
Richard.
spend... Okay.
I'm sorry.
Continue.
I would spend hours out in these alfalfa fields, okay? Looking for a 4-leaf clover because they kind of look like clover, right? Go out. I bet probably spent the better part of a year over a span of years looking for a 4-leaf clover. I find one. Take it in. Dad, I found a 4-leaf clover. That's alfalfa. It's not even a clover. What? What do you mean? Like, had to give it to me real. That is not a clover. He's like, well, you should have done your research before you started spending all that time looking.
Oh my gosh.
How old were you?
Sucky.
Now, I got a question.
How
though.
old were you? Rufus?
Probably older than I'd like to admit.
Okay.
This was like
year.
last week or something
Yeah,
like that,
last
you know?
Now, I got a question. The 4-leaf clovers, are they really that rare? Because I
Yes,
swear
yes.
I found them all the time. As
It was alfalfa.
I should have done my research.
I found a 5-leaf clover
Did you really?
in Argentina, and I still have it. I made a bookmark. Like, I just took packing tape and like laid it in it, and I made like a little bookmark out of paper around it, and then folded the packing tape on itself. I think I still have it.
Prove it.
I'll bring it.
Do it.
Do it as a show and tell.
Show and tell everybody. Special episode on YouTube.
But anyway, yeah. Thanks, Dad.
But yes, you catch them, they'll lead you to their gold. But also, if you catch them, you have to keep your eyes on them
At all times.
at all times. And if you look away, they can escape.
And they
essentially.
try to trick you to looking away.
Exactly. And they pretty much always get you to look away.
I remember making a leprechaun trap in elementary school.
There's no like flour.
No, it was like we actually like you make this trap.
Whittled some sticks.
And well, like mine, I was proud of myself because everybody kind of did the whole like box with the stick and you pull the stick and it drops, you know.
Classic.
But I had like a trap door one where it like had to get on top of the box and then it would fall through into the box.
You were ahead of your time.
Right?
Tony, overachiever.
Freaking genius.
I still have that dang leprechaun. Who's laughing now?
I'm secretly rich, guys.
But yeah,
So-
and then it was like they played it where we had to go on a mini field trip out to the field of the school, and then when we came back, all of our traps were tripped, and there was gold and glitter and all kinds of stuff. It was Fun.
As a janitor, I hated those teachers.
He was
Glitter man, it's the herpes
found
of
your
craft
leprechaun.
supplies.
Dude, that glitter took forever to vacuum up.
You can't. It just never goes away.
Yeah, it never did.
permanent.
So, I have a question. Do you guys have a leprechaun that plays tricks on you guys every St. Patrick's Day?
What did you just say?
I'm
to me?
very curious about this question because I feel like you do.
I've heard of. I've
It
heard of
must
it.
be only a redheaded thing.
Maybe it's a ginger thing.
No, I've heard of this. We've had a leprechaun color our milk green.
Yeah. So
Oh.
every St. Patrick's Day since I was a kid. Don't ask me why we keep doing mashed potatoes, but we have mashed potatoes,
They're easy to make green.
and
they're
that's
good.
what happened. Is the leprechaun comes in, makes mashed potatoes green,
And what
and
country?
runs out the door.
I've
Do
heard
you
of.
see him? Please
No.
tell me you see him.
Why is he not catching him? Lead me to.
I try to catch him. I get my girls all involved and say, he just ran out the dang door, and they run outside, try to catch him, and
I'm also guessing that the potatoes is because of Ireland. Potatoes.
Subconsciously.
no, he got him
maybe.
from Idaho.
I know.
Where do you think Idaho got them?
Golden potatoes.
Hey, Ireland like survived a massive famine on potatoes.
Yeah, it was a potato famine.
Yeah. But they still had some to eat. I want to go to Ireland so bad. We know nothing.
I loved how he turned that right around, but they had some to eat.
All I know is everyone who's listening from like over across the seas is like, these guys are idiots. Why am I still listening?
Seriously, but
I'm
you're still
getting
here.
dumber by the minute.
It's like a car accident.
Hello to our friends in Ireland. We love you.
We do.
So disastrous,
we
yet
really
I can't look away.
what were you going to
I
say,
honestly,
Tony?
I hope that you guys from Ireland are like, we're gonna make a podcast about Americans and all of our assumptions. I would
Right?
love to
I would love
listen
to
to
see it.
those.
Here, let's put it this way. If you guys are willing to put us all up in your house in Ireland, we will come and let you teach us about Ireland.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, my goodness.
Preferably not during a famine.
Yes, I need potatoes.
No, I was gonna say the leprechaun always comes every year and brings our kids the little like gold coin chocolates and a fun little treat and stuff. And
I like that idea, though. I never thought about that.
You know, I think I've seen that happen. Like, it never clicked. I never had that growing up or whatever. But I've seen, like, does the leprechaun also get their toilet bowls green?
yeah,
Yes.
I've seen the toilet bowl turn
His little
green.
feet prints around.
Yep.
Now, is that
Totally. I'm
something
doing
that
this
only
year.
happens here in America, or
Yeah,
is
it
this?
could be.
Well, wait, actually, I do know. Is it in Detroit?
That's America.
You don't say.
No, Detroit's its own.
It's its own country right now. No, they dye the. I think it's Detroit. They dye their river green.
Oh, you're
I've heard
thinking.
Or
about
am I
this.
thinking where is it? Or Chicago? Is it Chicago?
We don't even know our own country, guys. Why are we talking about a different country? We
There is
don't
a
even know our own.
city in my country that dyes their river green every
I
freaking
want to
leprechaun
hear
day.
that.
I want to say that's a southern state. Is it not?
I think it's an eastern
It's
state.
Chicago. It's Chicago.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
What is it? What river?
The Chicago River. What is the Chicago River? I was guessing.
Oh man.
Oh, this is a
So-
train wreck. Oh my gosh.
There must be a leprechaun in here. He's tricking us.
So I gotta say, all my like party years, from what I've understood, is that usually St. Patty's Day is just an excuse for Americans to get drunk.
Oh yeah.
Irish car bombs.
You go to Ireland on St. Patty's Day, and it is like one of the most chill holidays ever.
Have you been there?
That's because they drink
No.
all the time.
Well,
Every
yeah.
day is St. Patty's Day in Ireland.
I don't think that's the reason.
That's not how this works.
That's not how any of this works.
Oh.
We Americanized their holiday.
We
to
really,
drink.
we truly
We
did.
really
Yeah.
did.
We
They
just
probably-
like excuses to party.
There's a lot of partying and kissing. There's always people
Not
that
this
kiss me
year,
on-
there's
and
not
the-
kissing.
And they kiss me I'm
We
Irish.
got COVID.
See if Fauci can stop me. Let's see it.
Kiss with a mask on.
No.
I did that the other day with Jess. It was weird.
You taste
Kiss
like
with
paper.
the mask on.
We went dancing
Yeah.
at that bar,
Yeah.
and we were like out there dancing, and we went to kiss, and it was totally
We did
masked.
the same thing,
It
and
was,
it was
so
horrible.
dumb. I was like,
Well,
this
it's.
is
I mean,
stupid.
I've tried to blow off dust and stuff with
It's
a
like a
mask on.
kiss contraceptive.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh, that has to work so well in high school.
So this is what it's like to wear a condom.
I said no tongue.
This isn't fun anymore.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
But there you have it, folks. Leprechauns.
But the tradition with leprechauns too was if you're walking around and you hear them pit patting on shoes, that it's
yeah.
going to bring you good fortune. That's one of their.
I've heard that.
Ooh.
That and they do little jigs to music.
I do little jigs
Is
to
that for
music.
real? Is that for real?
I swear
Nobody
that's the
caught
wording
me.
they used in what I was
Jigs?
seeing.
They
Yeah,
do
little
an
Irish jig.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
just
you. Sons of
You have to say it, just mouth it. No, that was great.
A jig.
That reminds me, for you saying that, like hearing a leprechaun like running around is good fortune. That made me think of the Blarney Stone.
What's a Blarney Stone?
Yeah, let's
you
hear
guys,
this one.
You guys know about the Blarney Stone?
That sounds way
That's in
familiar.
Darby O'Gill.
It's where?
That
Darby
movie.
O'Gill.
And the little people.
Yes.
Maybe I have seen it.
It's
I
a
don't
Disney
remember.
movie.
Is it?
Yes.
I bet I've seen it.
The Banshee.
You know
What are you guys talking
I
about?
think you're right.
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Yeah. And the
Yeah, no, I haven't seen
This
it.
was on the Disney
Oh,
Channel?
my.
It's an old Disney movie.
Oh,
like
it's old.
70s, 60s,
Like
something
back
like that.
with the old Pete's
No
Dragon.
way.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Anyways, tell us about the Blarney Stone.
I think I have seen that movie.
It's a good one.
But the Blarney Stone, it is a block of carboniferous limestone
Okay.
built into the battlements of Blarney Castle. But according to legend, kissing the stone endows the kisser with the gift of the gab.
What's the gab?
Gossip.
Tell me about the gab.
How many times have you kissed it, Cam?
I don't gossip. I
It's
inform.
gossip. It's gossip specifically.
Why
it's
would
the
you
gift of
want?
gab.
Like,
It's
why would
talking.
you want the
Actually, I
gift
don't know.
of
It's just like
gossip?
it's just talking. I don't actually know
just
what
makes
the
you very
gift of gab
articulate.
means.
Able to talk to people. Like communication. Maybe.
Like, I mean, could you not talk before you kissed it?
or you could talk a
Well,
lot
think
better
of
after
somebody
you kissed
who's
it.
maybe shy and not good with their words. Now suddenly they are just
They're blarneyed.
Yes, so the
it
word
gives them confidence.
the word blarney has come to mean clever, flattering, or coaxing talk.
Silver
so yeah,
tongue.
I think
Gives
it
you a
makes
silver
you
tongue.
makes you confident. It makes you what's the word I'm looking for? Not silver tongue, but like
articulate.
no,
Charismatic.
You convince,
Collected.
charismatic. So yeah, so if you're shy and you're kind of lame, just go kiss the Blarney Stone.
So they got to go do flighting and then kiss the Blarney Stone.
I love flighting.
Yes.
It's one of my favorites.
What's that?
It's a word battle. It's kind of like a rap battle from the like 1600s.
But you use wit.
Yep, you use wit and rhyme.
Wit and rhyme.
It's real fun.
Future idea.
We should do a flighting battle. That'd be great.
I'd be terrible. Terrible.
I bet I'd get Abby beat.
Well, here's some other cool stuff. Okay, from good old Ireland. They believe in mermaids.
Yes.
Yes. Siren.
Oh yeah, sirens.
Sirens?
I did. Yeah.
Siren.
Tell me
They're,
all about it.
They're women who have drowned in one of their lakes, rivers. I can't remember what it's
Locks.
I mean, they are an island.
called. Well, yeah, but it's
But they were along the
A
coast
lot
as
of
well.
water.
yes, it's basically women who have drowned, and then they
Maidens.
turn into these mermaids, and that sometimes they come to shore and
Don't they?
get
They
jiggy with it with some guys, and
Getting
then go
jiggy
back.
with it. No.
Oh, they actually come on shore.
Yes, they believe to come on shore
I
sometimes.
thought they would What is going on?
What did I miss? I'm so
What
confused
is
right now.
going on here?
joke ever, and it was so funny.
I didn't even mean it to be a joke. Cam just gave me a look.
And then I couldn't hold it.
COME.
They can come on shore.
Oh man, I can't wait to rewatch that part. That's gonna be great.
Where else do they come?
They're bad news, man. They're
But yeah, don't
sirens.
they sing
So
and
do
draw
they-
them out into the ocean so they
and
can
they drown them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they come on shore, do they lose their?
Cam, stop.
I'm sorry.
I'm only laughing because he's laughing.
Don't say something else.
I don't get it.
When they venture onto shore.
When they venture onto the shore, when they venture onto shore,
I'm so lost on
do
this
they
one.
become human?
I understand what you're
I'll
saying.
explain it when you're older.
Don't worry. How you three kids? You have 3 kids, right?
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, they're
what'd
not
you
yours.
ask?
they come and they go. So when they venture to
Onto
shore,
shore.
do they stay in their mermaid form or do they become?
No,
they're
become like the
sirens.
Little Mermaid. They become.
they-
they
so
get
they
legs.
they get their legs.
They get their legs.
Wait, sirens are mermaids?
Yeah, sirens and
Yes.
mermaids
Yes.
are basically the
Yes.
same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought sirens always just had legs.
There are no. There are sirens are also in Greek mythology, as like with like Odysseus and the Iliad and stuff, like singing their beautiful song
Yes,
that like
they're-
messes with their head and like they want to go towards it and they end up going
Enchantress.
overboard.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're mermaids
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Quick thought.
because they were always out in the ocean
Quick thought.
where they would like sing to them.
So there's all these mythologies, right? And they different parts of the world they didn't communicate, but they still have some of the same mythology. Is that weird?
That I
Coincidence?
think not. No, I've thought that too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what's the saying? It's like once is chance, twice is coincidence, 3 times a pattern.
Yeah.
Like once it's happening so much, there's something going on.
I've heard that about UFOs because isn't it in like a bunch of different cultural hieroglyphics and stuff? They've drawn rockets and different things.
They've made arguments about like Egyptian hieroglyphs
Yeah.
and stuff of like strange things in the sky.
I don't know.
But a lot of them worship the sun in the sky too. But that was part of how they survived was because of the sun.
I like the sun. It's warm.
Anywho,
Anywho,
have
So-
you? Wait.
go.
Oh, okay.
This is always already turning into one of the funniest podcasts, and there's no reason it should be.
Right?
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Dullahan?
Tell me.
Yes.
Abdullah Ablangata?
Yes.
Way cooler.
No, this is probably one of my favorite characters and scared the living crap out of me when I was a kid. The
because
Headless
of,
Horseman.
Sleepy Hollow.
Yes.
Wait, what did you call him?
The Headless Horseman. The
Dullahan.
Dullahan.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is the inspiration for Sleepy Hollow.
Okay, you've
Yes.
got me roped
Actually,
in.
just
Let's
for
hear this.
the headless horseman in general, too, right?
No,
Isn't this where
the whole
the
mythology
whole
of it.
headless
Yeah.
horseman character came to life?
All right, I'm
The
suckered
root.
in. Tell me.
So, the Dullahan is depicted as a headless rider, usually on a black horse. So, headless horseman, like we've been depicted in Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Oh yeah,
all that
flames
stuff,
coming out of its
flames.
nostrils.
And on its hooves.
Says it carries his own head on his arm. Usually, the Dullahan is male, but there have been some female versions. It's said to be the embodiment of the Celtic god Crom Dubh. The myth of the Dullahan comes from Ireland. The mouth is usually in a hideous grin that touches both sides of the head. Its eyes are constantly moving about and can see across the countryside, even during the darkest nights. The flesh of the head is said to have the color and consistency of moldy cheese. The Dullahan is believed to use the spine of a human corpse for a whip, and its wagon is adorned with funeral objects. It has candles and skulls to light the way. The spokes of the wheels are made from thigh bones, and the wagon's covering is made from worm-chewed pal and dried human skin. The ancient Irish believed that there were Dullahan stops riding that when a Dullahan stops riding, a person is due to die. The Dullahan calls out the person's name, drawing away the soul of his victim, at which point the person immediately drops dead.
Yes.
So they're like a Grim Reaper?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially.
And they ride so fast that they'll like light bushes on fire that are close to the road because they ride past it so quickly.
It's like Ghost Rider,
And
but the horse version of him.
and you can't look at it or he'll blind you by either throwing blood in your eyes or
gosh.
whipping you with the spine.
This guy sounds gnarly.
Yeah, dude. Not a cool guy.
But there are rumors that you can get it to go away with gold objects.
Gold objects.
Give it like a gold coin, like back up.
Like, does it have to be actual gold?
Yes.
Or just the
He'll
color?
know. He'll
100%
know.
gold.
Come on. You gonna
100%
trick
gold.
him?
It's a Rolex. It's real.
Okay, let's talk about the real issue here. Wouldn't it be inconvenient carrying your head around all the time?
I mean, right? Well,
Well, he uses it to like look around though.
Yep.
Like,
It's a
there's
searchlight.
actually some reasoning for that too. So a lot of like ancient Irish mythology believes that the soul resides in the head,
oh,
and so the head was removed, like basically like his soul was removed from his body.
Oh.
and then how he like came to collect his head again, or
I think I didn't fully read it, but I believe there was one part that kind of they try to say like where he came from. Like they say he is like this deity,
Yeah.
but also that he was once like a soldier or something that was decapitated in war, and like some other stuff. So like it's one of those things where he kind of has like multiple backgrounds. Like
I
where
was
he
gonna
came
ask
from.
what the origin story was. Like, how did this
Tim
come to be?
Burton's version is semi-accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
kind
he's,
of.
yeah.
His face is pretty dang creepy.
Yeah.
Did he have a whip? I don't remember now.
No.
No, he just had his sword.
Should have had a whip.
So, can I tell you a funny story when I was a kid? So, I'm at a friend's house. It's his, God, how old were we? Like 10, something like that. Anyways, he has a birthday party. It's middle of summer. We're out sleeping in his driveway in his pop-up tent trailer or whatever. And I freak myself out in situations. To this day, I still do. But I freak myself out. Anyways, we had the curtains down or whatever, so you could see out the side windows and stuff like that. And there was this thing, because he lived right next to a horse field. There was this thing in the middle of the field, and I swear to you to this day, I thought it was the Headless Horseman.
It's probably just a scarecrow.
No.
Maybe you're
so-
not Dutch after all.
Right? Ooh. So, no, I freaked myself out. I was telling myself in my head, it's the Headless Horseman. He's coming to get me. All this stuff. In the middle of it, like we decided to all climb to one side of the tent trailer or whatever. And the thing ended up tipping over on us. And we had flashlights, and one of my buddies' faces gets stuck in the flashlight. So all I see is this horrific face like fly up everywhere. I kid you not, I went into tears and I had to go sleep inside. The best part is I wake up in the morning to see what the crap it was I was seeing. It was like some water trough for the horses.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
I went as the Headless Horseman for Halloween one time. I was so proud of myself because I borrowed my neighbor's football shoulder pads and put them on my head, and then had the big cape and everything, and gave me like the collar, and then I just wore black underneath, and it looked so good. I was proud of myself on that one.
Scary.
I will tell
Dude,
you.
that would be terrifying.
Dude, the Headless Horseman, man, he's the one that has like freaked me out. Like
Really?
werewolves for you.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
Headless Horseman for me. That and chainsaws.
Chainsaws are real.
Chainsaws are a real
the
fear.
chainsaw guys coming after you.
No, what
Yeah.
if the Headless Horseman had a chainsaw?
Combined
I'm
fears
done.
here.
I'm done.
Why haven't they
With
made
spiders crawling out. Ugh.
Why haven't they made a movie where the bad guy has like just a tree trimmer or like a bush trimmer? You know what I mean? Like the thing with all the spikes. It's like that'd be scary. He just like ramps it up a little bit.
Hedge trimmer.
Yeah, that's
Would
the
that
word I was
really
looking
catch
for.
Trimmer.
A hedge trimmer? Would that cut you?
It's a
Supposedly.
horror movie.
Oh,
It'd be
okay.
special.
Everything cuts you.
It would,
I mean-
but it wouldn't be as gnarly as a chainsaw.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot slower death.
It'll
All
get
the
you.
more creepy. He comes up and hits you. Ah!
Just slowly like
Give it a sec.
Let me hit the right angle.
Here, let me get a meaty part here.
and then his sidekick, the paper cutter, comes up. He's like, post-it notes.
Oh,
I'm gonna get you.
Oh,
see, that would be bad. Paper cuts are
with like
horrible.
manila envelopes.
Why Manila?
He's just got an array of different paper products to like attack you.
That reminds me when Steve-O did that on Jackass.
Gross.
So with the Dullahan coming for your death, there's also the Banshee.
Yes.
The Banshee origin story is supposed
I feel like that's what it would sound like.
The sound effects are uncanny.
He's got skills.
but and nowhere to use them.
We're here on a podcast and he used it.
Hi, welcome back.
So,
Welcome to Five's the Crowd, Chris.
Yeah, thanks. So with the Banshee, the origin story of her is she either was killed in a brutal death, or she did something. It's always a woman, or she did something in life that was horrific to where she was cursed to be a Banshee. And it's been turned into that the Banshee is this scary thing, but the origin belief of it was that she looked over the noble families of Ireland, and she would scream, but it was to warn you of death coming your way. So you had to, get your things in order and get things figured out because it's almost your time to die.
Interesting.
Well, what she would appear to anyone in the family, though, right? Even if they weren't the ones dying.
Yes.
So she would just warn that someone in the family there's going to be a death in the family.
Yes. But it was only the nobles. They were like assigned to the noble family.
Noble blood.
Yep. But she came in two appearances. One was a tall, slender, beautiful woman dressed in white, and the other one was like an old hag with a black cloak over her head.
Gross.
Gross. Yeah. What's with the hag? Why not the nice one?
I don't know. They just,
Sounds like your Christmas lady.
oh, we got the hag. I wanted a princess, and we got a hag. I don't know.
Gross. Yeah, some weird stuff.
Warning of death.
Speaking of death,
There's
continuing the speak of death.
continuing the speech of death.
Have you guys heard of Marjorie McCall?
No.
So this story is interesting because there's still people who swear it's true. So Marjorie McCall she was this woman, like 1500, something like that. And she dies, right? And so they take her out, they bury her body. Well, she was buried with she had like a really nice ring and stuff. Like she had a decent status, so she had some nice stuff. Well, a grave robber digs her up not soon after she's buried, and he's taking whatever he can. He sees her ring and he's trying to get it off, and he can't get it off. So he pulls out his knife and he starts to cut her finger, and she wakes up and screaming.
Oh my gosh.
And so the grave robber obviously freaks out. In some stories they say he died, like he was scared to death. Other stories he just runs away. Well, then she gets out of the grave, and she hoofs it back to her house, which isn't too far away because she was buried at the church graveyard. Goes back to her house, and then again there's some mixed stories about this where she knocks on the door, and her husband opens it, and he thinks it's her ghost, and it scares him to death. And so he dies, and she ends up living out the rest of her life with her children until she does die. There's another one where she tries to get in the house, but the stable hand thinks she's a ghost and won't let her, and he's like, I won't let you into that house until horses can climb the stairs themselves. And then all of a sudden they see horses in the house, and they let her in. What? Weird stuff, right? Well, here's the weird part, though, as fantastical as it sounds. There's a gravestone at this church in Ireland, in this small town, that says Marjorie McCall, buried twice, died once.
No way.
Wow.
So she didn't die, or did she die and then resurrected?
No, so sorry, I said it wrong. It's Marjorie McCall, lived once, buried twice. But So it was just premature burial. So she was like in a coma or something, and they buried her thinking she was dead.
Oh my heck.
And when the grave robber tried to steal her stuff, she woke up.
That's
Like,
one of
she
my
came out of
biggest
it.
fears is being
Right?
buried alive.
You know,
you know-
because of that, I bet you're going to say it. Go ahead.
Bells.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah,
The
back
little
in
foot pedal.
yeah,
like
they
the
had
bell.
they would bury him with bells. Wasn't it during the plague? Is that what it was?
I believe
Seems about
so.
right.
Yeah.
Because they were burying so many people.
So many people that they buried them with bells. So just in case they accidentally buried somebody alive, they could ring the bell and hurry and dig them up.
Which they portrayed that in the movie The Nun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So
yeah.
crazy.
Man, could you imagine?
Isn't
You're
that
like,
wild, though?
you're like
in a
walking past a
graveyard.
graveyard, or you're like there paying respects to the dead, and all of a sudden, ting, da, ting, da, ting, ting.
I also heard a story about where they were burying people.
You just
they-
like pull out a gun, sorry, and you start shooting into the ground. Like,
Not this time, buddy.
They started moving coffins and stuff. They had to relocate the graveyard, and when they'd open them up, they'd see scratch marks on some of them.
I've heard some of those. Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that
I've
too.
heard that too.
Did you see the other one too, where some of them they would bury them with cages over it just in case they came back from the dead?
Yep.
They were worried about
Smart.
zombies.
Smart.
my gosh, I don't know why, but this weighs so heavy on my soul.
You don't want to be buried alive.
Like, oh my gosh, that's
Well-
seriously one of my biggest fears.
Isn't that in a movie where they take like a cardboard box and like cut it out so it's open on the end and just put it over someone's head? And then they wake them up, and they wake up and they just see the cardboard box. They start freaking out.
Oh my gosh, that's so messed up.
I can't remember what I saw that in. Oh man!
I would kill somebody.
That is awesome.
Oh, my heart is so heavy right now. I don't like this.
Well, here's another one for you. Have you guys heard of Stingy Jack?
No.
Stingy Jack.
Stingy Jack.
Okay.
Soon
That-
will be called
that's
Stingy,
your ancestor.
Stingy Zach.
That's Zach's ancestor.
It
Hey,
is.
I'm not stingy.
Stingy Zach.
I'm frugal.
Hey, he tipped me tonight.
Oh,
Zach gave me a tip.
He did.
Aw.
I think. I
Maybe.
think he gave me a tip. I don't know. I
might
need
have
to check to
underpaid
see how
ya.
much he owes me.
Joke's
I'd
on
actually
you.
underpaid you.
Okay, so listen to this guy, Stingy Jack. So Stingy Jack, he was a miserable old man. He wasn't
As
really
they
old. He
tend
was
to
kind of
be.
young. He was just a miserable drunk, essentially. And he would play tricks on everybody all the time. Just kind of a little trickster, would mess with people, have fun with them. Well, he ran into the devil himself in the local pub, right? So Jack decides to play a trick on the devil. And he talks to the devil and he's like, I will give you my soul for just one last drink. You pay for it. The devil's like, all right, deal. I will take your soul and pay for your drink. So the devil turns himself into a coin so that Jack can give it to the bartender. He can pay for his drink, all that stuff. Well, instead of giving it to the bartender, he hurries and snatches the coin and throws it in his pocket next to a cross. So he had a cross in his pocket, which stopped the devil from turning back. He couldn't use his power. So Jack is just cruising down the street and he's like, hi, I got the devil in my pocket. What you gonna do about it? You can't do nothing. And finally the devil makes a deal with him. He's like, fine, I will not come for your soul for 10 years if you let me out. And Jack's like, all right, fine, I'll let you out. So he lets him out. Well, then, 10 years later, Jack again comes across the devil while walking on the country road. The devil tried to collect what was due, which was Jack's soul. And Jack, thinking quickly, said, I'll go, but before I do, will you get me an apple from that tree? And so the devil's like, fine, I'll get you your stupid apple. So he jumps up in the tree, gets the apple. While he's up there, Jack lines the trunk of the tree with more crosses. Traps the devil again. Twice now. Twice he's trapped this guy. So the devil's up there like, oh my God, not again. Let me go. And he's like, nope. And he's like, what do I got to do to get out of here? And Jack's like, you know what? When I die, I don't want to go to hell. And the devil's like, fine, I won't take your soul at all. Let me down. So he lets him go. Okay. So boom, bada bing, bada boom. Jack's never going to hell. Well, one day comes that Jack does die. He got old. He dies. He goes up to heaven, and the gates of heaven. God's like, nope, sorry, Jack. You're not welcome here. You've been doing some bad stuff in your life. Doesn't let him go in there. So Jack goes back down to hell, sees the devil, and the devil's like, nope, sorry. We made a deal. You can't be here. So here, good old stingy Jack has died and isn't in heaven or hell. But the devil's like, you need to get out of here. You got to walk out. So Jack was like, well, hey, like, I can't see. Can you at least give me some light? So the devil gives him a piece of coal from hell, which burns eternally. And Jack had one of his favorite snacks with him, a little turnip. He hollowed out the turnip, stuck the coal in it, and he lit his way out, right? Well, now, because of this story, every year on All Hallows Eve, we carve jack-o'-lanterns. No. And we put candles in them to trick the devil into thinking that we are stingy jacks so he can't take our souls.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Boom.
Wow. Wait, is that for real?
Uh-huh.
That's like the whole purpose of it?
Yep.
That's
Because we don't have turnips to hollow out. So we hollow out pumpkins. We put light in it to convince him that we're stingy Jack and he can't touch us.
What?
That's cool.
That's why they're called a jack-o'-lantern.
Yep.
Interesting.
Good old stingy Jack.
Wow.
That's
Thanks,
cool.
buddy.
Man, you should have saved that for like the end. That would have been a mic drop.
That was a mic
See you
drop
guys
right
later.
there.
Shortest episode ever. Thanks for being part of it.
I mean,
Tony's like, Tony's looking. He's like, we might be scraping the bottom of a barrel here, guys. I don't know.
Wow. That was.
Dude,
that's awesome.
They got some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like some cool folklore.
I know. I was trying so hard to research, and then all of a sudden, like I typed in just Irish folklore creatures, and it brought up like over 20 of them. I was like, goodness gracious. But yeah, that's, man.
I do know one's the Pooka.
Oh, tell us
What'd you
more.
call me?
No. You're mistaking that for when I call you Pookie.
Oh,
That's so cute. You guys have terms of endearment for each other?
someone's got to be nice to me.
Challenge accepted.
So the Pooka is basically a goblin shapeshifter of sorts.
I bet it's a fairy.
Yes.
You are correct.
Not wrong.
Anyways, basically, some accounts believe it gets its name from Pak, meaning the he-goat. The Pooka is a changeling and could take any human form, any animal human form, like a horse, donkey, cat, dog, bull, young man, or even a voluptuous young woman.
Mm,
Wow.
that's nice.
You know what's always funny about the word voluptuous?
The word.
Is it's like the word itself is funny when you think about it, but also like you would never be like, oh, honey, you look so voluptuous tonight.
Mm-hmm. You get slapped.
Challenge accepted. I'm just kidding.
Tell us how it goes. Tell us.
Yeah. Like, I know you mean well, but
I feel like voluptuous reminds me of like an old like Greek woman, as far as like, you know how the Greeks would always portray their women thicker because that's
A symbol of beauty.
yeah. Exactly.
well,
Like,
wealth.
and
right?
wealth, yeah.
Yeah, because they
beauty
could
and
eat.
wealth and exactly. Like that's what, when I think of a voluptuous woman, that's what I picture.
So you want to hear something funny about the Pooka?
Of course.
So sometimes it appears as a horse,
Okay.
and it'll gallop across the countryside, knocking down fences and gates and destroying crops. But in this form, it'll usually take on a rider, which is usually a drunkard, so heavily inebriated, and it'll take him on this crazy ride all night until it shakes him off in the gray of the morning, as it says. But because the drunkard is under their spell, they don't remember what happens. So that's how they explain when you're so drunk you can't remember what happened, it's because you were under the Pooka spell and you were on a wild ride all night.
Oh, okay. That's how you end up in a foreign field. You're like, how did I get out here?
You wake up in a field and fences are destroyed and you're like, where am I?
Too many Irish car bombs. For those of you that don't know, an Irish car bomb is what is it again? It's a shot of
It's a shot of
what's that mint?
it's
Just mint?
No.
Schnapps?
no, it's not schnapps. It's like Jameson, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, it's Jameson and
Jameson and then
and
the cream.
Irish cream.
Yeah. And then,
then
you
you drop it in a Guinness.
In a Guinness.
so that's an Irish car bomb. Just so you know.
Yes.
And then it goes boom.
no.
In your belly.
The next
What
morning.
else did you have about Pooka?
So the Pooka is also believed to, it can take any form. It will try to entice you out of your house by saying your name or anything like that. And then as soon as you walk out, it will actually take you.
Man, if anything's calling my name out outside of my house, I'm not going
Well,
outside.
and you know, and here's the thing too with a lot of these stories, they're never just like, hey yo, Cameron, come on outside. They're always like, Cameron, and like, who's just gonna be dumb and be like, yeah,
Well, remember, it's the Irish. They
It's true.
a little inebriated.
The Pooka is also believed to be around any type of disaster
oh,
because it's a disastrous type thing. It loves.
so is the Pooka like the Irish version of the Mothman? Sort of.
So
Like,
I
does
don't
it
remember the
predict?
Mothman.
Does it predict disaster? Like, if you see
does
it,
cause it?
you
No,
kind of know it's happening,
it
or does it
causes
cause
it.
it? Oh,
Oh, it causes it.
it.
Oh,
interesting.
Like breaking down fences.
Yes.
True.
Now, I think I saw a picture of a puka.
Pooka.
Yeah, Pooka.
Didn't it look like a wolf? Like a
Like a
black-
goat.
Yeah, werewolf. Goat.
Like a
looks
black
like-
goat wolf thing with tiny wings. Are those wings? Those look like wings.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird looking.
They look like grasshopper wings.
Do they wear puka shells?
No.
They should.
It could.
Do they have
It could
Pooka
shape
shells
into
in there?
anything.
Well, that just goes back to that thing too. Shapeshifters are
I mean, you can borrow it from
worldwide
the
too.
mermaids.
There's
Yeah.
myths of
Yeah.
shapeshifters.
Yeah.
Doppelgangers.
Crazy.
Is it the Pooka that turn like the Pooka will also take the form of like you? Won't it? It'll turn into like you.
I haven't read that.
I remember I
Haven't
was
heard that.
reading one. I think it was the Pooka. Like it
Dude,
would.
what would you do if you were just sitting watching TV and all of a sudden you hear a little and you go and you open the door and it's you?
That's what I'm saying. You would just lose your freaking mind.
Would you recognize you?
What would you do?
Yeah, that's a good
Freak out,
question.
dude.
I would totally recognize me. That
of
whole
course.
thing is so dumb. Like, come
Wait,
on,
what?
that's me.
Is that a thing? Did I miss something?
I said,
There's-
would you recognize you though?
Yeah, there's like
See,
a
that's-
whole thing where it's like you wouldn't recognize you in a public setting.
That's a bunch of BS.
Yeah, I totally noticed
See,
me.
but that kind of goes back to something I brought up in one of our previous ones is what if what you see in reflections and pictures and everything like that is nothing like how other people see you. So if this Pooka were to become you, would you see what you see when you look in the mirror and pictures and stuff, or would you see what other people see, which could be completely different?
Do you see what I see?
I hear what you're saying, but there's not much different from what you see and what I see.
I'm with you,
No,
Tony.
I'm
all
saying
I know,
Maybe my head's tilted a little more to the left in your eyes than mine it's the right.
No, but
all I know
I've
is-
always just had this fun theory that what if I see someone completely different than
Kind
what
of
you
like
see?
what if green to me is not green to him?
Right.
Only
I see
your
what you're saying.
face. Only your
What
face.
if your
I get
face
it.
was blurred out? Like you couldn't see your own face.
Well, it's just like let's say you record.
I'm just saying, like, yeah.
Let's say you record yourself, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't know it's you. Somebody plays something back that you didn't remember you saying. Would you recognize your own voice?
Yeah.
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 Dude, I have memories of like watching your wedding video
Yeah.
and years after and something happens and I go to make a comment and me in the video makes the comment that I was about to make. And that freaks me out. Like that blows my mind. I'm like,
Why are you watching my wedding video?
You know what that means? You're extremely predictable.
to myself.
Yeah. To yourself. So what would you do? You hear a knock at the door. You open it up, and you're face to face with yourself. Would you
Honestly,
instantly Spider-Man it? Just like
what? I would.
Now that's a good looking dude.
See, I don't know. I feel because I've actually had this thought. Like, what if a clone of me existed? I would probably take it out.
so.
There's only
Without
one
hesitation, you just
Here's-
pull out a gun.
Nope. No one else gets to be me.
Here's the difference, right? You open the door, it's wearing exactly what you're wearing. It is a mirror reflection of you standing in front of you.
Do you know what I would do?
So it wouldn't be like a twin where they're like, my long lost brother. It'd be like, no, this is you.
So, like, if I stabbed him, would he stab me? Because we're like reflecting.
No, you're not reflecting. You know what I mean, though? Like,
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So you open the door and it's you.
I know what I'd do.
What would you do?
I'd blink. If he's still there, I'd shut the door, open the door. If he was still there, I'd shut the door slowly, turn around. Honey! Somebody's at the door for you.
I would honestly think I was dying.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, actually,
I think I would, because like I would wonder if this was some figment of death coming to take my soul.
it's funny you say that. Because in actual, like, and this is getting into like German folklore, but the actual theories of doppelgangers is that it is your soul appearing after you've died to yourself.
Telling you, by the
So
way.
it's kind of like the banshee in that sense that if you see your doppelganger, you're probably gonna die.
All I
See?
know is I open that door and it's me. I'm throwing hands. like
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
There is no hesitation. I'm just throwing punches because I don't want to know. Like,
I know I didn't share that wound.
What? Okay, what if you start throwing punches and it starts mirroring you exactly and you just
That's
keep
what I-
hitting punches?
well, if I connect with a right hook, we're both going down.
What if when you hit it, you get hurt?
I don't know, man. This is going down an alley that I,
this
don't
is
like.
freaking weird.
Like,
Dude, I'm same. I would probably fight it.
I would like panic would overrun me. And I
But
would
then
start
what if it's
throwing
like,
hands.
but wait, I'm you from the future.
the wrong outfit tonight?
You knew what I was wearing today.
You wouldn't want to talk to it and maybe see if you could be best friends?
I would shut the door and
Well,
not look
dude,
back.
it's a 50-50 chance. Because, I mean, you could just get that grin and then he stabs you and takes over your life.
It's like the movie Us.
Oh, he takes over your life.
Yeah.
And like walks
Exactly.
in. All of a sudden he's
Exactly.
taking care of your
the movie
kids.
Us, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a movie?
Yeah.
Haven't you
Us?
seen Us?
No, I haven't seen it,
Bro,
but now
you
I'm
need
never
to-
seeing
You
it.
need to watch
Oh,
Us.
yes.
No, I'm never
Dude,
seeing
it's
it.
so-
It's
good.
psychological.
It's worst nightmare ever.
Oh, so cool.
It reminds me of that YouTube video of the one where the kid's on the bed freaking out that there's a monster. and the
yeah.
babysitter comes in. It's like, are you okay? Are you all right? And he's like, there's a monster underneath my bed. It's going to get me. Please help me. Help me. So she bends down on her knees. She goes, oh, there's no such thing as monsters. And she bends down on her knees and looks underneath the bed. And that exact same kid who was on top of the bed is underneath the bed. And it goes, shh, there's a monster on the bed and it's going to kill me.
And you're like, which one's the monster? I
They're
take them all
both
out.
going out.
Doesn't the kid just kind of point up and just goes, that's not me?
Yeah, that's what it is. He just goes, shh, and points up and goes, that's
Then you're like, because then you're, as Anakin learned the hard way, you've got the low ground. And Obi-Wan's gonna cut your arms and legs off. Like, you're screwed at that point because the kid is there.
It's funny that you bring up Anakin because that's when younglings are gonna die.
oh, jeez.
Not the younglings.
Oh man.
Dude, it's scary.
That got heavy.
I would
scary.
like now for sure, 1000%. I'm going to town.
No,
Yeah.
so coming back to what I said though, like as far as talking to it, do you think if it was you, like legit you, Do you think you could be friends with you?
No, I would hate me.
You think you would hate you?
Heck yeah, because
I feel like they're mocking me the whole time.
well, no, because other me
like,
would
man, I
make
sound like
everyone
an
laugh,
idiot.
and I'd be pissed off that he stole my joke.
He
like
says
all
you're-
the time.
He says what you're going to say like 2 seconds before you say it.
Exactly, dude. You know how frustrating that would be.
Okay.
He's like a slightly upgraded iPhone.
I was just about to say,
son of a.
what if he's you exactly, but just like literally like a 0.5% better? So like everything
he
you
has to go.
everything you do, he does just a tad bit better.
Or he's you, but just 10 secones into the future.
Just a little
so
faster.
just every time you come up with something to say, he's already saying it.
Jeez, Chris, stop copying Chris. It's not funny.
We both. Which one?
No, he'd be like, which one? And you'd be like, wait. He said it first.
See, I just going back to Austin Powers, I think of when he gets cloned and he's like, "You're a sexy man." And they're just going back and forth complimenting each other.
Past Austin.
I mean, I would like to think I could be best friends with myself. Like, I think I'd be pretty dope.
I feel like I could
Snowboard all
definitely
the time.
give myself a pep talk. It's like, listen,
Again, it's 50-50.
it's all good. Just right.
Could. I mean, there are definite advantages. Because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go to work today. Have fun. It's my day off.
She touched my pee-pee, Steve.
Put his pizza in my wallet.
Where did this come from?
What about Bob?
No, it's
multiplicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He it's about this guy who he's trying to juggle his work life, his home life, everything. So he figures out how to clone himself. And then he figures out he needs one more clone because he needs a clone to help at work and a clone to help at home. Well, then the clone clones himself and it comes out like handicapped. So, yeah. Oh, man.
You can't clone a clone.
That was a good show. I
Nobody
like that show.
has sex with my wife. Steve.
Oh, man.
Well, there you have it. Irish folklore.
Yes.
Dude, I want to go to Ireland so bad.
Here's one last one that I think we would all hate. Us being men would absolutely hate. So there's a folklore out there. Rumor has it that there was an old Irish legend of Ulster is her name. Legend of Ulster tells of Maka, a mysterious woman rumored to be magic who was forced to run against the king's horses while pregnant to pay for her husband's crimes.
Oh.
The pain she suffered caused her to cast a curse on the men of the town, who were said to suffer labor pains for 9 decades following.
Ugh.
And that's where kidney stones came from.
9 decades.
Yep. So she's forced to run from king's men, basically to pay for her husband's doings because of the pain and anguish that she was caused. She put a tragic,
Is that a
Curse on the
story
land.
or a myth?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I mean,
Myths derived from stories. Stories
Okay.
derived from myths.
I wonder if that was based. That is messed up. Run. What?
I mean, maybe it could have been derived from the famine that happened and everybody was just so hungry. And
So it was a
They
story
didn't
that
have any
a
potatoes.
story that became a myth.
Well, so I know you said last one, but I'm going to say last one. Because I just remember
No.
I found another one that
I'm going to say last one next.
What? How many you got? Well, mine is pretty neat.
Mine's neater.
Have you ever heard of a selkie?
What?
Selkies.
No.
Hey, I think I have heard of it.
That
Have you
sounds
heard
like
of
an
Selkie?
Alka-Seltzer.
No. But side note, don't feed those to birds. A selkie is it's similar to a mermaid, but it's actually a seal person.
Oh yeah.
So it's half seal, half human.
What on earth?
And when they're in the water, they're seals. And then when they come up on land, they can shed their seal skin
Oh, man.
and walk among the land like normal people, but they're irresistible to humans. So humans
men.
think they're super hot, you know?
Yeah.
Well, there's also a little trick with selkies is if you find their seal skin and hide it, they can't return to the ocean. So men will see these selkie women and like fall in love with them, find their seal skin, hide it, and then they'll marry them.
That's a pretty genius plan.
Now, do
Right?
they stay attractive forever?
Yes.
What's going through your head?
That's what I did with my wife.
You found a selkie?
Yes.
You took her
See,
skin.
Did you tell your wife?
Yep. She doesn't know where her skin's at.
Gosh.
Just went Silence of the Lambs. Like,
Put the lotion in the basket.
That's the lotion on the skin.
Put the lotion in
See,
the
I
basket.
just
the
a
dog.
seal to me. I just don't. I picture him like the special version of a mermaid.
Yeah, they're like,
Like a mermaid is over there, like gorgeous, while the Silski's over there, like jumping up on land, shedding its skin, walking around.
It's like, hey.
so okay, you run into a selkie and you know it's a selkie, but if you hide its skin, obviously she's yours or whatever. But what you don't know about a selkie is they have like a horrendous laugh. It's got
They got
got
a
a seal
laugh
laugh.
like a seal.
It's got a seal
I could
laugh.
deal with just never making her laugh.
No, you couldn't.
You're too funny.
That's true.
So there begs the question.
No, I'm gonna take back what I said earlier about my wife being a selkie after your guys' comments.
Hey, it's only commonplace for a carrot to fall on the blunt edge of that sword.
Wow.
Hey, maybe we're just banking on her not watching this far into it.
Oh no, she will.
I think, I mean, it depends. There's certain things you can look past.
Are there? I mean,
Like that video you said the other day.
Look past and hear past. Like,
Yeah, noise canceling headphones exist.
I don't know.
Then you're gonna see her laughing with noise canceling.
And oh, wait, let's take it a step further. She's insanely ticklish. Honey.
Okay, to end the question, what fault, no matter how beautiful, like, what is the, like, what's the breaking point here?
she's unfaithful.
She plays with my nipples when I don't want her.
While laughing. I don't like my nipples touched either.
Oh my goodness.
There you are.
That's
There you have it.
That's it. That takes the cake for the night.
Told you I'd win.
I got nothing.
Oh, goodness. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yes, I hope you guys
What a
enjoyed.
ride. What a ride.
I don't even know what happened tonight.
I don't know. This
Irish
was,
car bomb.
That's it. More
That's
like an
it,
Irish
exactly.
train wreck.
Feels like we were all riding a little Pooka.
Irish. Are we
we,
even going to
we don't
remember
mean
this?
the fairy Pooka.
What?
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a part of this crowd. We're going to leave before we say anything else.
Yes.
We love you.
Have a good
Goodbye.
night.
We'll see you later.
Ciao.